How do you, as a brick and mortar store, deliver to your customer a superior in store experience that leads to higher profits and higher sales? We'll be discussing that with Jeff Giagnocavo on episode 24 of The Pete Primeau Show. The Pete Primeau Show is brought to you by my book, Sell a Million. Get your copy of Sell a Million by going to Amazon. This week's guest is Jeff Giagnocavo. Jeff, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Pete. Happy to be back on the show.
I'm glad to have you. You kicked this whole thing off, and here we are, episode 24.
Yeah, back at it.
I see you're at your store in your dream room.
In the dream room, yeah. I figure we'll use this as a good backdrop of in-store customer experience.
Yeah, I mean, it is the ultimate customer experience. You want to talk about that to our store owners who aren't familiar with your dream room?
Yeah, I mean, listen, the dream room is something I think every business can do. You don't just have to sell mattresses. It actually was taken from the car business. You know, back in the day, they would send you home for the weekend with your car because you got to try it. You know, you got to go out on a date night. You got to go out on getting your groceries, maybe doing some errands. And most of all, your neighbors saw it in the driveway. You know, they saw you pull up in it. So they come up and say, "Hey, Jeff, you got a new ride. Pretty sweet." And well, now you can't not buy the car, right? Because the neighbors have seen it. So the dream room is about try before you buy, really get to relax. You know, a major stress point of consternation for the shopper is, you know, they want to be able to relax. They don't want a salesperson looking at them. They don't want other people looking at them. They'd like to be able to be themselves. And we move the demo model in here. We'll set it up, fresh linens, fresh sheets, protection, mattress protection, that is. We don't want you to do anything in here you don't want mom to see. So when I
no Shishko Kabanko, I don't even know how to spell that, but no Shishko Kabanko in the dream room.
I like that. Yeah, no boom boom. But close the door, read an app, watch television, just relax, right, and just really see how your body feels. So we offer that, you know, for that customer. That's, you know, typically the ones who are investing a larger amount of money with us will take us up on that, but that's why this room exists, and it's really a major point of differentiation.
So I have a different take on this. Yeah, Simon, I know that you can't do a title for Shishko Kabanko. I don't even know how the heck to spell it. But anyway,
that could be like a new coin phrase. It needs to be like an audio clip that comes in a Bob Uecker voice. Shishko Kabanko. And it like flies in.
So, you know, I understand where this separates you from other stores, and that's huge. I think most retailers need to separate themselves from their competitors, and you certainly separate yourself from your competitors with this. But I think it's another level. And here's the level. I think it says we care. We want you to get the right mattress for you. I think it should be called the We Care room, not the dream room. Seriously.
Yeah, it's a good point.
It says we care. It says we're willing to schlep what's in here out, schlep what you want in here, and make this for you exactly the way it's going to be in your home, because we really want you to get the right mattress. And we're willing to go to this extra effort to do that for you. And by the way, if this isn't the right one, we'll start over again. And I don't know how many times that's happened. I imagine with the thoroughness of your sales process, it rarely happens, but it could happen. But if it's going to happen, let's have it happen in your store, not in the home, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, we've evolved our business and practice here at the store in the last 4 years. I think it was January of 2017, we rolled out our Wake Up Happy Guarantee, which is just We'll make you happy. If you don't love it, you got 120 nights to decide that, and we're going to make you happy. There's no restocks. There's not even a redelivery fee. We're just going to take what you spent, apply it to something else. You owe us some more money. You pay the difference. We owe you a little bit of money. We'll pay you the difference. Prior to that in the dream room, I think we had two exchanges, and we gave you a year there. We were really bold. We gave you a year to love it because we figured you went through that time investment to make it right. And when you think about it, it wasn't just the 3 hours they spent in the room. It was a subsequent visit. It was a whole other trip. So this was a very,
Right.
People who use the dream room are very serious. They take it serious, and it's where, when we're looking at the wake up happy guarantee, or the make you happy guarantee, works both in the same. It really says we're here to make sure we get this right. And
Yeah.
we were scared in January of 17. What's this going to be like? But I'll tell you, it hasn't hamstrung our business at all. And actually, right now, in the time where we've got some back order issues to deal with and navigate with vendors, having some quality comfort exchanges on hand that we can put out as loaners, which we have 5 out as loaners right now, to keep a sale and
Wow.
make our customer happy. We're going out to the house to deliver the loaner set. We'll go out when their stuff comes in. They're happy. We're happy. So, look, it works out. And it's nothing that's hurt us at all. So it shouldn't be anything you're afraid of. And when you said, Pete, schlepping and making that investment, that's really what that is. And thinking about what we would talk about on this episode, we have never once been punished by investing in our customer, whether that's investing in them to create the action of them visiting the store with our advertorials and free gifts for coming in. Never been punished by investing in the dream room that I'm in now, and never been punished by investing in the customer after the sale with the brownies and the gifts that we send post-sale. If you're investing in your customer, truly investing. I'm not talking giving good service and selling a good product. That's table stakes. That just gets you a seat at the table.
Yep.
I'm talking about true investment in all those areas. So we can maybe dig into those if you want.
Let me ask you a question. When you discuss the dream room with your customer, whether it's online or in person, have you guys ever actually put a amount of time it takes you as a business to get the dream room ready for a customer as a way of kind of establishing value?
I mean, we share. It does take time. It's about an hour till it's said and done.
Yeah.
Getting everything set
Because
up. Maybe an hour and a half if I think about the time to do the laundry. Literally do the laundry.
Yeah.
It's about an hour and a half of time. So,
Yeah.
that's why we take a deposit. And people say, well, what if I don't show up? What if I don't buy? Well, we keep that deposit because,
Yeah. It's an
it's
hour
our
and a half of
time.
work.
Yeah, it's our
Yeah.
time. I mean, we're not doing this because we've looked around the store, we've done everything we can do, and we've said, well, we've run out of stuff to do. Let's just move mattresses around. No, I mean, that's never been a conversation we've had here.
So what do you want to talk about, dude? Let's just pretend it's Friday night and you're driving home. First of all, you know what I want to say to you? Congratulations. You had to be one of your best weeks ever, man. It was awesome. I
Yeah,
couldn't
we've been on it.
believe the numbers you were putting up. I'm like, my Lord, a really, really great sleep shop would be happy with half of the business you wrote.
Yeah,
Half. As a matter of fact, a good sized furniture store would be happy with the business that you guys have wrote.
Thank you.
So congratulations.
Well, listen, it's been 10 years of living this statement. When's the best time to plant a tree? 10 years ago. When's the next best time? Today, right? It's been 10 years of, again, investing into that experience, investing into every touch point. That's where it's paid off. And, so where do we want to go? What do we want to talk about? True experience. I mean, I think it starts off with, and I brought some props with me, Pete. You've seen these before, but for people not listening, I'll show Um, this is a local shelter publication for 2 very affluent neighborhoods that it gets mailed to. It's about 1,500 home addresses.
Is
But
that
this is
Ben on the
this.
cover? Is that Ben on the
No,
cover?
no, no. This would be it's actually a customer of ours. He bought a Carpe Diem mattress from us.
Oh wow,
No, this is
that's
a couple
awesome.
that lives in the neighborhood where this magazine gets mailed to. Um,
Okay.
so when I say advertorials, this is what we're talking about, right? Like by today's standards,
Yes.
this is like so old school, so old hat,
So
so
old it's
dumb,
new.
so dumb, not going to work. That's what I mean. I fight nonstop with the publishers that I've just learned that when I meet with them, I print out the PDF of the ad, I write the check, and I say, here's the deal. It's this ad, here's the check. You change it, no check. Because invariably they come back to us with, well, you can
Too
have
too much copy.
you can
Too
have a
much
couple
copy.
pictures. Yeah. Yeah, you can have a couple pictures and 400 words. And I say, not 401, not 399. Here's the problem with, right, here's the problem with 400 words. I don't know which 400 words works here. I know these words in this combination work. Same thing with this ad. I mean, we've been running this ad for, I believe it's now 6 years this summer.
Do you
This
have
is 2 pages.
testimonials in that advertorial? I couldn't see it.
We do.
Good. Good.
2
How many?
pages. Just one in that one and 2 in this one, I believe. But 2
Okay.
pages, 1 picture. Okay. Been running that ad coming up on 6 years. And when I say experience and I say investment in the customer, we do, like, here's a coupon that was clipped and handed to me yesterday afternoon as I was covering the store. We have employees on vacation right now, so the rare weekend I'm working, I was here. But this came right from a previous customer's hand. They bought 9 years ago. They've referred brother, mother to us. They got the gifts, and just this morning I got the alert that the financing came through for his near $3,000 queen adjustable set. Okay, so investing in the customer really works. One of the gifts is the copy of our Sleep Better book. The other one is maybe a pillow in one ad. The other one is our natural lavender CBD salve. And a lot of people would hem and haw at that expense. But unequivocally, I will tell you, month over month, it takes for us, for our store with the caliber and quality of what we sell, it takes 2 to 3 sales a month to pay, and maybe not even 3, 2, I would say as an average, to pay for the cost of the advertising and the free gifts that we give out. But we generate
Wow.
far more than 2 or 3 sales. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
that's that's like every few days. Okay. So when I say investing in the customer in this way, you're investing in your advertising, and it's the experience of your advertising. And if you think that doesn't exist, I would ask you the Coca-Cola Christmas polar bears. What kind of experience does that give you as a child? Coca-Cola Santa Claus, Coca-Cola in summer. So
Yeah.
a lot of business owners and a lot of retailers make a mistake of going down the road of being like a big company, a big Coca-Cola company, where they spend money to create their brand, when really sales generated creates your brand. When you sell something, you build your brand on Main Street.
Right.
So if you're going to, on one hand, folks tell me, Jeff, advertising like this doesn't work. You got to build your brand. Your logo's not even in it. Oh my God, the horror. Your logo's not even in this. I want to sell something. I want to help people. That's how I build my brand. Okay. So if you're going to tell me and tell not me, because I'm not going to listen to it. If you're going to tell yourself and convince yourself that your brand is built by operating like a big dumb company, and then on the other hand say, the experience in advertising doesn't exist, or maybe challenge yourself when you've heard that for the first time, that how your customers experience your advertising and your marketing messages doesn't exist. Well, you can't have both coins of that conversation, right? You can't say, well, I have to build a brand in the way the big dumb companies do, but I'm going to totally ignore the brand experience that they create. You can actually pick and choose. You can create an experience with your advertising, but spend your money like a smart Main Street operator and build your brand by generating sales. So
that's awesome.
Experience in advertising, to me, is one of the big things that we uncovered years ago, and we've been working it ever since. So
anyone that's watching this video and you are like thinking these guys are going to go for another 45 minutes, we probably will. So if you want to pick it up on podcast, this show is available as a podcast on your favorite platform. Find the links to my show on all the platforms by going to peteprimeau.com. And we are on every podcast platform known to man. So pick your favorite one and just go to it and listen away. One of the things that hit me, Jeff, whenever I talk to you, it keeps coming back at me, at 100 miles an hour. This is a great point of separation for you as a store. And, there's a sea of image advertising out there. There's a sea of bold advertising. I don't know of another furniture or mattress store that advertises with long copy anymore. I can't think of any business, maybe a couple here or there, that use long form copy anymore. And I think that it can really be effective just from this standpoint. It's different. When Mrs. Jones doesn't see a bunch of pictures there and she just sees all these words, something happens in her mind.
Well,
curiosity.
I think there's a point of clarification to be made and a challenge to the mattress industry in particular. But again, I know your podcast goes out to other people in other businesses and industries.
Sure.
Is there even actual word copy in mattress advertising anymore? Get beyond the header, the masthead. It's pictures. I guess there's 2 words. There's 6 characters total. Was and now. It's a rectangle, a was price, and a now price. Seriously.
It's
what are Main Street mattress retailers want to bemoan their position in the marketplace? Sorry, I'm going to look right in the camera. Y'all put yourself here. You dumbed it down. You foregone salesmanship in print. You left this behind. And I say this, I've got the masterclass books from one of the top copywriters of the direct response era, Clyde Bedell. I've got the courses sold to the industry. 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. I've got them. Where do you think this stuff came from?
Yep.
Where do you think everything we do came from? So I know I get a little hot there, but a lot of people want to bemoan, oh, it's the internet. No. Our industry opened the door for the internet.
Yeah, we did. We shot ourselves in the foot. No doubt.
We opened the door for it. So
we did.
If you're just throwing a picture out there with a was and now price, how are you different? Seriously, how are you different? Cut your masthead, cut your logo, your spring Easter event off the top, cut your logo, address, and hours off at the bottom, and just lay the guts out on the table. And you tell me how you're different than your competition. Because I'm going to venture a guess, you're not. All the ads are going to look the same. And truth be told, it's the same consternation that the online mattress shopper looking at the multitude of review sites and mattress sites online is now facing. They're just as confused there too. So there's a place that you can decide to be. Continue down that path of confusion and sameness, or choose to do something different. That's on you. You as a merchant, I believe, are fully, and as a store owner, are fully in charge of that decision. Um, and listen, I
Billy,
think, yeah,
Billy,
go
go
ahead, Pete.
ahead and put up the Alliance website address. So if you own a mattress store and you're like, this sounds good, I want to learn more about how to do what Jeff is talking about. Go to that address right there, the NAOSBS.com, National Alliance of Sleep Better Specialists. I know some of the people that are in there, and they are really great people. And not only do you have access to Jeff and his methods, but you have access to a community that's growing of really creative, excellent retailers who want to get better and deliver a better experience to the customer. So please do that. If any of what Jeff just said makes sense to you and you're like, I want more, go there and do that. Do it right now. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Jeff. I
and
didn't mean to interrupt you, but
no, thanks for the plug. Appreciate it. I'm
no
I'm
worries.
woefully unprepared to follow up that plug, because you know the things that we offer you, really give you the package to become the authority, become the expert, and the true sleep better specialist. My ultimate vision for the alliance, as I call it affectionately, is to really create a network of true committed mattress retailers. And you could be a furniture store with a really solid focus on bedding. There's a lot of good furniture store operators
Good.
that do the category justice tremendously well. But we give you a toolkit to become that authority. The Sleep Better book. There's another little gift book, Magic of Sleep. There's some buyer's guides. I'm woefully unprepared because I really came to the episode just to talk about experience. But yeah, if you go to the website, you'll discover what we're doing there. And if it's a fit for you, if you can break yourself away from the name brand Kool-Aid, it's a real good fit. And on that note,
Yep.
as I'm looking in the camera pointing at you, right? Um, and I should try to say most or some. Okay, so I'm not like, if you're listening to this as a mattress retailer, I'm not actually thinking of you as Joe average, Joe Daily mattress retailer in Columbus, Ohio. I'm not thinking of you, channeling you. Um, Most and some mattress retailers, have abdicated their role of being a true marketer and a true
Yes.
student of the advertising game. But I don't necessarily fault. I mean, I think when you look at the big name brands, we went down this path, what was it, Pete, about 20 years ago, 15 years ago, where the name brands really started throwing out the ad slicks and the nationwide promotions. I mean, it really came in place 10 years ago with iComfort, um,
Oh,
where it made
Jeff, when
spending.
I became a Serta rep in 1991, I had ad slicks that I went around with,
Well,
and
but I'm saying,
I would I would take them and cut them up and show them how they needed to make their store stand out more than uh,
more than
the
what was presented.
more than the name brand logo, because I looked at it and I said, who is this good for? It
Right.
was only good for the name brand. It wasn't good for the individual retailer. And it's like, if you see something and you're in sales, you owe it to your client to explain to them a better way of doing it. And thankfully, a lot of dealers listened and did it better. But the stuff that you do is at a whole nother level. But you know what? We have done our industry a disservice by pretending that the name brands were going to take care of us. The name brands were going to give us
Yep.
instant authority. The name brands were going to drive traffic to your store. They didn't drive traffic to your store. The name brands were going to do this, that, and the other, and they didn't. And they've opened the door to other name brands who traditionally we would say these companies didn't even exist 10 years ago, but now they're the ones trying to help drive some traffic to the stores, and some of them are pretty good at it. But our big S brands, they fell
Well,
woefully
and
short of what they
here's
promised.
yeah, I mean, here's the more, I don't know the word, the adjective to describe it, so I'm just going to out with it. The state of the union on the name brands is they're so debt laden.
Yeah,
They have to grow new unit sales, because new unit sales is going to be the only thing which allows them to secure, realign current debt, secure new money. So where are they going to increase new unit sales? It's new channels. It's going to be growth of their direct-to-consumer website. It's going to be putting new product in a box in yet another big box channel, or yet to be determined mass channel. That's the only place they can go, because listen, I mean, every day you read about the demise of retail. Every day you have some retailers accept what they're told and basically roll over, and they die at that point, but they might
blindly.
hang on for 6 months, 12 months. Main street retail certainly has taken a clobbering if you've let it happen to you, if some have let it happen to themselves. See, I'm trying to be more tone tempered. It's hard. But I mean, yeah, retail's a dogfight, even when you're doing it well. And that's the only
Lit,
way you succeed, is when you fight. And
So
with
I'm
these
gonna
brands,
I'm gonna I'm gonna piss everybody off. Since you're being nice, I'm not gonna be nice. Um, so if it was just me and you, and we were both driving home on a Friday night and we were
yep,
talking, this is what I would say to you. These mother effers have let down our customers so bad and not delivering what they promised. And then they have the balls to openly piss right down their throat by chasing all this other business and creating further competition for retail. So, you are, listen, if you're blindly supporting a name brand that is openly in competition with you, then you get what you get. You
yep,
get what you get. I mean,
yeah.
he's being more than a gentleman about it. I'm not being so nice about it, because I was part of the problem many years ago. And you
Your
know what?
fault. You did it.
There it is. It
Bad
is.
Pete.
I was bad. I was bad. And
Well,
you
I
want to
mean,
know
here's
something?
here's here's a way to maybe rephrase, what Pete shared. Look, Pete and I are both, we're both passionate guys, and I think that should mean something to you listening. Um, here's where I would challenge the thinking, right? Um, if what Pete just shared, what I just shared, it was a little grating for you to hear. I've often heard RSAs, I've often heard store owners say you have to have name brands because it legitimizes your business. Okay, fair enough statement. They spend a ton of money in the marketplace. No doubt we have customers come in our store asking about the name brands, and we handle that routinely and make sales in spite of not having it. On the topic of legitimacy, here's where I will challenge your thinking. So you're selling name brand X, A, B, or C, right? You have your product on the floor at a fair margin, at a fair price. All the marketing buzzwords are on the foot card of the bed. The same marketing buzzwords are on the box on the shelf at a big box store. Your price is 500 to 1,000, maybe 2,000 more than what they're seeing at the club store. How does that exactly meet the measure and definition of the word legitimacy in the consumer's eye? Truly, how does that measure up? It doesn't. And, I'll again be polite, but there was a flagship brand with a flagship label that put that label into a big box store for a fraction of what we were selling it for. And that was the end of that for our business, because I am into over managing our customer experience and satisfaction. Big difference between micromanaging. And for me, I was never going to be put in that position to possibly have to answer the phone with a customer saying, you just sold me this $29.99 or $39.99 mattress. I was getting groceries with my wife and I saw it for $9.99. Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yep.
I'm not sure that better retailers than I would be able to overcome that one. Um, we're told to trust in the brand, use the brand, great consumer awareness, great level of consumer trust, and then this dichotomy exists of what is seen and presented in Main Street retail and what is seen on a shelf in big box retail. And I'm not sure how that bridge exists long term, or if at all.
I agree. I
So
agree.
and this is I want this conversation to be focused on experience. It is part of the customer experience there, and I think retailers really need to be mindful of that. And again, I'll just say, if you're so hooked on the brand stuff, we all know they're debt laden. We all know they have issues. What happens when the day comes when Wall Street and equity banks just get tired of that hustle and racket and they just don't come to the rescue and no one does? Then what?
Yeah.
What if you've spent, I mean, I have a local competitor in town who's been in business for longer than Gardner's has, about 5 years longer. What if that brand were to go out of business? What do they say then? After decades of saying this is the only brand to trust, what happens if that brand just ceases to exist? What do they say then?
Yeah. It's a great question. It's a great question.
And I don't have the answer to it.
It's that time, Jeff. I'm going to read a chapter out of my book for all of you out there who have my book, Sell a Million. Go ahead and go to page 80. Chapter 51, Free Publicity. Local media, such as newspaper and magazine reporters, editors, radio and television producers, and even local bloggers can help you spread the word about your business. If you can give them something that's newsworthy and beneficial to their readers, listeners, and viewers. The key is to help provide newsworthy, useful, and beneficial information to their customers and not blatantly advertise your business. Spend some time putting together a possible list of local media contacts. You can easily do this research on the web, or you can contact a local publicity firm to do it for you. I've seen many local business owners get unbelievable local exposure that they could never buy in a million years for free, simply by figuring out what is newsworthy and find a helpful topic, send in the right media to the contact. If this topic of getting free publicity is new to you, I would suggest getting a book or two on Amazon.com on the topic of free publicity and follow the step-by-step process of tapping into this potentially huge opportunity. Or you could call my guest, Jeff Giagnocavo. He knows all about how to get free publicity.
I do.
I know you do.
You caught me mid-note because I need to do a press release for our podcast that we're doing. I need
there
to get
you
a press
go,
release
free.
out.
A mini mastermind. Yep.
There you go, right there. Yeah.
That's what I do. That's what we do, Jeff.
That's right. We're always scheming and chatting and fixing the problems of the mattress world on our Friday night phone calls. I don't know about you. Have you ever looked at your minutes on your cell phone bill to see just how much we talk to each other? I haven't done that, but I'd imagine.
I haven't done that, but it would be huge.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Do you know what I love? Here's a little riff I'm gonna go ahead and do. Your podcast. Dude, your podcast is so creative. It's crazy. You don't talk about mattresses. You don't talk about anything except other people, heroes, real heroes in our community that really need to be celebrated. What you do with that, the branding that you do with that podcast, to me, is absolutely brilliant. And what you're actually delivering to the community, you're strengthening the community, you're making it a tighter woven community, and you're doing something that's truly great for the community. And I wish everybody who owns a store of any kind would do what you're doing. And if that were to happen, Jeff, guess what? We'd probably have a much better world. We'd have a safer world, a world where people look out for each other, a world where people are
Yep.
kinder to animals, kinder to each other. Um, so I'm sorry, but I
It's all
had to
right.
do it.
Well, and listen, I will tell. I'm gonna make, So you've heard Pete on the show reference Simon and Billy, and you've been listening to Pete's show for a while, so you've heard, as I have, you've heard him reference them enough. But honestly, I can't take full credit. I probably can't even take 80% credit for the direction and what has become Lancaster Connects, what's happened and what will happen. That is 100% on Simon and Billy. Get Super Cereal. I'm going to give them a commercial.
Good.
It was their urging to have a show like this, and it was their urging to go that direction, to make it a true community show, a community asset. Uh, and when I sat back and thought about it, it really made sense, because we've reached a point in our business where, and I don't say this to be arrogant, I don't say it to be complacent. I say it because it's guiding. We're looking to move from success to significance. Not just sell a mattress, be impactful in the community, be impactful in our personal lives, our employees' lives, our customers' lives. And when you really take up that move from success to significance thing, the success rides. I mean, it comes along.
Right.
But we had a family on the show, the Wagner family. This is a family that's just, I don't even understand how they do all they do. The children in the family, patriarch and matriarch are very connected to Make-A-Wish because of their children who adopt basically terminally ill children, children that are going to have lifelong medical issues. They're connected to Make-A-Wish. And it's just astounding. And we were able to subsequently talk about one of the children who was just having a rough go. We got it out, and we made that kid's day by making him a hero on the show. And that to me is very cool, to use our platform, use some advertising dollars, direct it that way. I would say, if you're listening to this, whatever business you're in, if you're kind of at that point, you're looking to go next level, successful foundation of the business, and you can move some ad dollars around or increase your budget, having a podcast focused on your community, if you're a local operator, regional operator even, you're not going to go wrong. I'm very excited for where Lancaster Connects is going to go, which again, it's all part of the experience, right, Pete? I mean,
Yeah,
it's all part of the experience.
it is. It is.
So yeah, it's very
It's
cool.
it. In addition to being really good for everybody that it touches, for the entire community. In addition to that, yet again, you should be made to wear a stamp on your forehead that says differentiate, because there's no retailer I've ever met in my life or marketer in any business that even comes close. What one? Trent Bedden is great at differentiating his business, but you are at a whole nother level with this differentiating, and it's constantly happening. But I just want to go. I'm gonna take this in a completely different direction. So you're a busy guy. You're a successful guy. You have more than one business. You have multiple businesses, multiple interests. You're a family man. You're a father. You're a husband. You you spend lots of time with your family. And one of the things that you have learned to do is to get specialized help when you need it, and not to be so proud as to say, you know what, I'll just muddle my way through it and I'll do it. You went out and you made the investment to hire Billy and Simon at Get Super Cereal. You made an investment to get specialized knowledge and ability. And also at the same time, it saved you a lot of time. So you are able to put out a quality product to your customers in the form of your podcast with a fraction of the time that it would take for someone to try to do it themselves. Because if you remember years ago when I did my first podcast years ago, I did everything myself, Jeff, and it was a nightmare. I mean, I had 15 to 20 hours in the episode,
Yep.
and it's not because it takes everybody 15 to 20 hours an episode. It just took Pete Primeau at that level 15 to 20 hours. I just wasn't any good
Yeah. I
at
mean,
it.
listen,
And I struggled, and I was being very foolish. Now all I do is show up. I talk to my friends about how to share with our audience, which is business owners and salespeople, how to make more money with their businesses and how to sell more. And that's it. And it's 1 hour a week for me instead of the 1 hour to shoot the show and then 15 to 20 hours of other stuff in the background. These guys do it all for me. So just to follow up on what Jeff said, if there's anybody out there that you own a business or even a salesperson that thinks you would benefit from having a show, you guys should reach out to Get Super Cereal. Is it getsupercereal.com, guys? I don't even know. I know I'm not supposed
looks
to be
like that's
doing
on the
this now.
screen. Yep.
Yep. Getsupercereal.com. Anyway, get specialized knowledge, hire experts. That's a lesson that we both learned from Dan Kennedy. So hire expertise. It's cheaper, even though it feels like it's so much money at that moment. It just feels like, oh man, that, you know, trust me, it's
Well, right. I
cheaper
mean,
in the long run.
what's your time worth? I mean,
Right.
you got money and time in
Yep.
life. Money can be infinite. Time is finite. So
Right.
if you work the balance between the two and you're willing to stroke the check for experts, as an example, I know some retailers, we were one of them, who feel they've done a good job for themselves with AdWords. We felt that way too, but it became a time thing. Okay.
Right.
We decided to make that investment in an agency we trust. And within month 2, the retooling of our AdWords not only got us more impressions, more clicks, saved us more than enough money to pay the agency fee each month. So our ad spend actually for that time period went down. Now our ad spend is up because our relationship with our partner there has become so great, and we're able to get result and show result that we've dialed up the spend. Like, we've got the assets built, we've got the campaigns built, we've got them dialed in, and it's really a function of now you just pour gasoline on the fire. Okay.
Right.
The advertorials that I had shown, I'm dangerous enough to write copy, but it's not my core skill. My core skill, if I had to say, was customer experience. Okay.
Let me just jump in there and say something that I have to say. And I've said it many times. You've heard me say it before, but I have to say it again. So the most important thing you'll ever do as a business owner, forget about the business. It doesn't even matter. You must become a marketer of your business. Even if you hire an agency, you need to recognize good copy, good calls to action. You need to be educated to the degree where you know what good is and what so-so is and what bad is. because you don't want to pay for excellent and get bad, or pay for excellent and get good. So even if you never are going to do any marketing, you must become a marketing expert. And the way that me and Jeff actually met, we met at a super conference for formerly GKIC, Dan Kennedy's direct response marketing. That's where me and Jeff met for the very first time. And you want to know something? You owe it to your success. You owe it to your business. And you listen. If you're that big that you have an agency, then you're feeding a lot of mouths. Your
Yeah.
business feeds a lot of
I mean,
mouths, and you
yeah.
really owe it to yourself. Sorry.
I mean, again, I would challenge the thinking. A lot of folks look and emulate bigger brands, brands they're familiar with, maybe brands they're fans of, like Harley Davidson, right? Big company. I wouldn't necessarily class them as a big dumb company. They've done some really smart things, like they used to have, first time motorcycle rider come to a class. They've stopped that. They stopped that long before COVID. COVID wasn't the reason. That was a big dumb company thing. The the new shareholders and stakeholders didn't understand what that really did for sales, what that really did for satisfaction. They only care about selling new motorcycles. What they don't care about is the person who buys the motorcycle gets afraid of it at 500 miles or less and sells it, and then speaks bad of the brand, that they'd never buy another Harley again. So they got rid of those classes, right? But a lot of people look to the big brands and the big companies, and they look to emulate them. Well, I'll challenge the thinking. All of these big companies you may emulate have a CMO, a chief marketing officer. Their chief marketing officer is not laboring over every word in the copy. They know what needs to be there. They know the core tenets of a great ad. They know the core tenets of a great campaign. But they've got, copy cubs, copywriters underneath them doing that kind of stuff. And again, at scale, I know small businesses can't necessarily afford all of that. But I will tell you, in the context of AdWords, especially with what Google is about to do with their shift in their AdWords, if you're doing it alone, you are at a tremendous disadvantage. There is no doubt in my mind. If you don't have an agency working for you now and forward on AdWords, you're in a lot of trouble, because and I understand it, but for me to relay it to you, I would just butcher it and you'd think I'm foolish. But I will tell you, the changes that have been made and are coming and will continue to come, basically, in a nutshell, the changes, and I can explain it this way: Google is applying the way AdWords are bid for, presented, as though you were spending $100,000 or more per month. And it doesn't matter that you're spending that or not. If you're spending $1 a month, they're going to take your money and apply it with that metric. And it's going to change the game on everything. So you need to be really tuned in and have somebody in your corner doing that. Because listen, my core skill is experience. That's where I want to focus all my time and energy. We've got assets with our advertorials, assets with our website, getting Sleep Better books out. We know when we mail these books out, we're getting customers in the door. My core goal is to get more of those books out in the mail, more people in the door with them in hand, ready to buy, conditioned to buy our way, to invest in sleep, buy our products. That's my number one goal, and then deliver them a great experience.
So Jeff,
So,
let me ask you a
yep.
question. How many mattress retailers do you think offer a free book to their consumer?
Well, I mean, I know my Alliance members do, but outside of them, none. I mean,
Nobody.
I'm happy to be proven wrong, and I would be elated to be proven wrong. But I think if I'm proven wrong, it's less than a handful across the country.
So I want to go into the free book thing a little bit, and why it's important to your business, Mr. and Mrs. Retailer. If you allow your competition to shape the conversation in your customer's mind, shame on you. You're going to lose. You need to shape that conversation that goes on in the customer's mind. And the way you do it is exactly the way Jeff teaches his Alliance members. There's not one book, there's a series of books. Okay. And they're used at different points of the sale for different things. But what he is doing is he is taken people before they even get into the market a reason to respond to an ad. So if all your ad shouts is last day, President's Day, save 50% off, 70% off. Oh, that didn't work. 90% off, whatever stupidity we want to yell out there. But you don't have any option for someone who's not in the market, then you just blew your ad money. You just blew it, because there's a bunch of people that don't need a mattress right now, but they know they're going to need one. They've been putting it off for a while. They're actually starting to think about it. They're just not quite ready. And you know what Jeff's doing? He's scooping those customers up and he's educating them. And when they come to him, it's not the same customer. So you're advertising for a price customer and you're getting a price customer. He's given an option. He's given an option to get an education to help find the right mattress for you so that you can have a better experience. And when he does that, what happens when that customer comes into your store versus the typical customer? For you, so I'm flipping this. We're not talking about customer experience anymore. I'm now talking about your experience as what your RSA experience is much more pleasant than a customer that came in on a 199 queen and now you got to step them up.
Yep.
Much better. You've got an educated customer.
I mean, I'll take a step back and then answer the question about what it's like on our floor.
Go ahead.
6 months ago or so, we sat down in a paid consulting day with my marketing mentor, and we really looked at what the experience path is when somebody hits our website, right? There's no doubt that's where people are starting, okay? There's no doubt about it. So we presented two paths. One, I need help, I'm confused, or I'm ready to buy now. Overlay that, and you can go to gardnersmattressandmore.com and check it out on your own after you listen to the episode. So look at our site. Look at our site and look at those two paths of where the two paths we can put people on, okay? Versus the path that your site might present and other sites present. The other sites present and assume wrongfully that everybody in the market is ready to buy now. They've got, when you hit the homepage, they've got the event, it's ending within a week to 10 days, and you got to get it now. Well, I'm not ready to buy now, It's Easter weekend coming up. It's whatever, whenever. There's always a number of excuses in the way. But if you present, hey, I'm kind of confused, and we've got the answer for you, that's a great pathway. And that's what I say. My job is to get as many of these books out, get as many of these consultations booked, utilize our tool as that true lead generating machine. Right now, sales funnels are all the talk. This is what we're talking about. But the funnel's got to have a purpose. The funnel's got to have relevance. It's got to be personal. It's got to be connective. And that's what ends up happening. So when we mail out, this is the envelope the book comes in. Inside is the book. Inside is a little congratulations letter explaining what's in here. And then we have a little coupon, okay, again, as a motivator. And then a little stick device, a wooden round to it. Okay, meaning now that you've gotten around to taking the step to invest in a new mattress, so a little something for engagement, okay? My job is to get these packages out daily, and we get multiple out a day at this point, generating new customers, new leads in the door. So when somebody comes in and they're properly educated and they properly understand the questions to ask, the should ask questions, not the frequently asked questions. Frequently asked questions are, how soon can I get it? What's the cheapest price? What's the best deal you're going to give me? Terrible existence. I don't want to live that life. I have no interest in it. None at all. To the point where I've point blank told people, listen, if price is your only concern, we're probably not going to be a fit. Because the customers we work with are truly looking to improve their sleep. Okay. And I think, as a little side note to the conversation, diet, exercise, sleep, that's the triangle of a healthy life. We're
Yep.
fatter in the United States than we've ever been before.
Yep.
We're more stressed than we've ever been before.
By the way, Jeff, congratulations. You look like you lost some weight, brother. You look
Working
good.
at it. Yeah, about 35 pounds. Working at it.
Good.
Getting more.
Congratulations.
Exercise in light of COVID has affected people. If you were a gym rat, your gym was shut down, likely. So diet, exercise, sleep, you can help the other two legs if you bolster up on sleep. So that's a little aside. So if you're only focused on price, we're probably not a fit. But my team, myself, when we have somebody walking in with a book in hand, and that happens often, we know we can approach this truly as a consultant. And again, people throw that word sleep consultants out quite a bit in this industry. It's good language. It certainly presents authority, but is it really authority?
Right.
That's for you to decide based on the conversation, getting an insight into our business versus your business. I feel we live the life of a true sleep consultant. We've wrote the book, tremendous sleep tips. And when people come in, they're looking to us for our advice, our true guidance. And while budget and price is of discussion, it is not the focal point. And we often end up, getting a really great sleep system in the home. Okay. 2 to 3 to 6 to 7, 8 times the national average. Okay. That's very common for us. All right. So that's the life. I mean, you can choose. On the topic of budget, here's what we did. I'm a big systems guy. I like to Ron Popeil my life as best I can, set it and forget it. So on that price thing, we created double deals, right? I brought some props for this. So double deals is our way of discounting. It's basically 2 lists of discounts. You can pick 1 discount from list 1, and you can maximize as many on list 2 as you like. Again, go to the website, click on sales, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But double deals works as we get to, listen, folks, I understand price is a concern. Double deals is great. We're going to maximize, we're going to use those 2 lists to get you the best savings tailor-made for your needs. But let's find the right fit. Because if you spend $500 or $5,000, it doesn't matter. I don't want to be the guy to take any money from you if you're not happy. Let's get you happy.
Yep.
That's how we answer that question. And,
Yep.
I used to go in this whole bloviation about, look, we're at everyday low price. I'm not smart enough to do the 40% today, 80% tomorrow, change the price cards. If you want a 50% discount, give me 5 minutes. I'll go print the price card. See, all of that was me. All of that was my problems. Customer didn't care.
Right.
Now, double deals is, hey, we've got a great opportunity for savings, and you can pick the discounts that maximize the savings opportunity for you. Let's find the right fit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, that's how we handle things. Very different. I think very different from other people. It gives my team leverage to do what they need to do to give the customer the win that they're expecting. And it works for everybody.
Did you bring any other props?
Yeah, I mean, again, investing in your customer. Again, I like, CEO, Chief Experience Officer. I kind of fancy myself. Pete, you talked about briefly as a family guy, multiple interests. I love to ride motorcycles. Our family got into camping as of recent. This year we have what's called a seasonal site where you can park your travel trailer for a season or multiple years thereafter. We've got a beautiful mountain view of the Appalachian Trail, western exposure, so I get to watch the sunset each night. My wife and I discussed it last night, and I'm very much planning on Wednesdays to go there in the afternoon, sleep overnight, work Thursday throughout the day, because Thursdays I'm a part of actually it's a copywriting focused mastermind group. And the Thursdays are when the group calls and sessions are online. But I plan to get away out of the store, focus on the marketing of the business, and that's going to happen every week. And I think a thing people could take away here is You've got to do that. You've got to carve that time out in your business to focus on marketing the business. Because if you're not, someone else is. I live in a constant state of fear, I guess you could say, that there's somebody else out there working harder than me to come take my money and take my customers. I'm not going to let that happen. So if you want it, you better come work hard, because I'm working hard like somebody's already doing that, or multiple people are. But to the topic of investing in customers, we'll go into there. I kind of digressed a little bit.
That's okay. Listen, what you just said, I first heard it from Dan Kennedy. I don't know if Dan heard it from somebody else, but it's work on your business as opposed to working in your business. You have to, as a business owner, say no. You have to get comfortable with saying no, and you have to carve out time away so that you can actually be working on the big picture stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I
not
mean,
just be dragged into every bit of drama that goes on in your business or your store.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen, when I was a road rep, my number on the road was I had to self-write, take phone calls and orders, write orders being customers. I wanted to write $10,000 a day. And if I didn't do that, and I was traveling that day, I'd stay out till I wrote it, or everybody shut their doors. I have my hourly number now, and I can tell you, like if we look at the AdWords analogy, our agency fee is $750 a month. My hourly number, 2 hours a month, I'm maxed out on what my hourly number needs to be for myself personally, for the life I want to live. There's no way I can accomplish all we do in AdWords in 2 hours a month. So it actually pays us. And when I look at my business partner as a 50% owner in this business, we're probably like less than a half an hour of time or an hour of time. So you have to look at what what you need to live the life you want to live, and then just say, what's that an hour? And any task that's, you can pay somebody to do less than that rate, you should absolutely do it. Because you need to be focused on the big movers, the hinges that move big doors. You need to be focused on the stuff that doing the $1,000 an hour work, $500 an hour work, $2,000 an hour work. That's what those midweek overnights at the campsite are going to be about.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
Investing,
that's great advice.
Investing in customers. I said the Magic of Sleep book that I didn't have it. I do have it. So we package this in a little gift envelope. This is just like a little nightstand, coffee table book, bunch of proverbs, short sayings about sleep, the power of sleep. It's a little gift book we give to our customers. With that rides letters, our world famous letters that I've talked about many times over. Don't need to get into them too much, but what I will show you, again, investing into the customers, there's a thank you letter, a comeback coupon, a referral form, and then honestly, again, this is Simon's idea years ago, testimonial feedback form that they mail back. And as of today, three thick binders full of them.
That's what I was fishing for. That's what I was looking for.
So I have people say, I can't possibly take the time. I can't possibly invest in printing out 4 sheets of paper in an envelope and expect my delivery crew to deliver it. Well, okay. I suppose if that's your belief, fine. But if you'd like 3 binders of this, which if you hit our site /reviews, you'll see we now have them cataloged by ache and pain. And I will tell you, looking at the site analytics, the time on site on that page is off the charts. We're looking, time on site on that page is like 12 minutes because it's relevance.
What else is in that paper bag?
In this bag? Oh, yeah. This one. Little thank you gift. Okay. Coffee mug. Well, right now we're doing travel tumblers, but this is the coffee mug, coffee tumblers.
Yeah.
It happened yesterday. Somebody had a very nice posh and lavish flex head king set, $7,000 and change. The sheets were out of stock in the color they chose. They really just wanted us to deliver everything the day of. Um,
Right.
they just gave me $7,000 plus. They're leaving empty-handed. This is a great little thing to have them leave with.
Yep.
And, you know, it's that investment in your customer. Having a tool like this, here's another example. We had a woman in, she obviously has a mental condition of some kind. She's high functioning, but she had an aide. Okay, she lives in a group home. Now I know the aide, you know, she's getting paid. She's a social worker of some kind. But listen, that's not an easy life. Okay, you know, yes, you're being paid, but I know that's not an easy life for her.
Yeah.
I gave her the mug. She was over the moon. She's already referred a paying customer to us.
Mm-hmm.
Invest in your leads, invest in the prospect experience, invest in your customer. You know, when we write a quote, you know, this industry says there's no such thing as the be-back bus. Well, that's bullshit. That's just an excuse a weak merchant and a weak RSA makes for how much they suck. Okay? Yep. Be-back bus, now I didn't pull any punches.
Yeah, good.
But the be-back bus doesn't exist in a store that only competes on price. Because there's a lower price everywhere. I mean, seriously, you're going to win on price. That's your value proposition. That's your experience. I've got the lowest prices. As though your customer doesn't have their phone in the pocket with the Walmart and Amazon app? Are you kidding me? What arrogance and hubris.
Yes.
Get over yourself. I mean, again, if price is all you're going to do, then that's what you get. Have fun.
Yep.
Not for me.
Yep.
Not what I counsel the people I work with on. So, you know, commit to that experience. I mean, again, we have people who say, I can't possibly give a, I don't know, $4 book, I think is what the price is. I can't possibly give this book out to every be-back, every quote that I give. I'm going to blow your mind. Inside, this book was designed intentionally. There's an offer, made for you, custom pillow, $60 value. Right? That blows people's mind. I can't, $4 book, I can't give away a pillow. I'm going to blow the mind again.
Then,
hey, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I know we looked at a great sleep system, and I know it's an investment, and I never want to spend your money. But I feel we found the right fit. So before we leave, let's go back, lay down on the one we've picked out that we've honed in on, and here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to do it with my test copy. See, I am frugal to a point. I like nice things. I'll spend money on big dinners. I spend money on Mambo travel trailers and motorcycles, but I don't like to waste things. Simon knows that.
Yep.
Simon's listening.
Of course he is.
So what I do, well, they're checking out their mattress one last time. So can't possibly do a $4 book, can't possibly do one pillow. Here we are, activating that offer. And I'm not sure if you can read that on the screen, but for those only listening, I cross out the made just for you custom pillow, 2 pillows, and I understand what their timeline is. So if they say, well, you know, we've got Easter weekend this coming up, and then it's our kids' graduation. So we're like 3 weeks, we'll make a decision. Okay, I'm going to put 10 days, right? I put a deadline on it.
Okay.
You would not believe the amount of people. I mean, activating that offer, doing that works so well. To get people
that's
in.
a customized offer too, and that plays.
Well, and
it doesn't
looks
matter
really
if you're
personal, because it is.
It doesn't matter if you're a doctor or a lawyer, a business owner, a judge, or a janitor. You want personal attention. You want something that's customized just for you, and that's what you just did. You just did something extra for them, and you surprised the customer. You exceeded expectations. I mean, if it's in print there, 1 pillow, I expect 1 pillow, but now you're doubling it. You're giving me 2 pillows. Wow. Now we're starting to connect, and And
I
that's
had,
how you actually can get a B back,
yeah,
which
I
don't
had, I
exist.
had,
I know they don't exist.
I had the poster child um, for grumpy Irish curmudgeonly couple in the store months ago. And, they were not wanting to spend any money. They were like, I don't even know why we're doing this. We're so old. We're probably going to die before this mattress wears out. Like that was the way they were approaching it. And,
Yeah.
you know, they ended up on a very nice coil on coil, two-sided hybrid that we designed with one of our partners. About a $3,500 ticket. And I gave them the book. I said, I know we've explored a lot. I know we've kind of reached the ceiling of what you plan to invest, but here's what I'll tell you. You're going to love it. And I really feel you'll enjoy it. So read the book, help you with some sleep tips. And here's what I'll do. They bought a bed wedge to help with the snoring. They would not do an adjustable bed base. That was just a step too far for them. Even kind of working down mattress to get the bed base. They just weren't there. But I wrote, I'll tell you what, since you have pillows you love, offering you 2 pillows isn't really going to be a thing for you. Tell you what, you come back within the week. I'll apply 100% of what you spent on the bed wedge, which, by the way, had a very small cost to me, less than 2 pillows would have been. I'll refund you that money 100%. Apply it to your mattress.
Yeah. That's
Pete,
awesome.
they came back. I kid you not. They came back to get that credit on the bed wedge and buy their bed. In the middle, not the middle, there was somebody who had a funeral that morning, but they came back that afternoon.
Oh my Lord.
Just so they could get the offer.
Jeff,
So
thank
that
you.
kind of personalization and relevance works.
Yes. Thank you. You listen, any store owner out there that really wants to do more business and wants to do more profitable business, do what Jeff does, invest in his customers, and you'll find that you're going to benefit. I mean, he has given you not just the principle and not just the why, but he's actually given it to you on a tactical level. He's shown you the ads, he's shown you the pillows, he's shown you the coffee mug, he's shown you everything. Anyone that wants more, wants to learn more about the alliance, this alliance that Jeff has created, it just really incredible people that if you really want to get better as a mattress store or a furniture store, you owe it to yourself to get involved with this group. And it's right there, right on the screen right now. Just go to the to the web address that you see there. Jeff, thanks a million. I know you got a hard stop about a minute ago, so I hope you're still there, brother.
Yep, we're here. Hey, I appreciate you having me.
Yeah.
In part, I'll say, look, as a merchant, you've got a choice. We've talked about a lot of different things. You can pick one or two, do them on your own. I'm a big believer in acquiring specialized help, specialized knowledge, paying for that. Membership in the Alliance isn't free, but if you want the shortcut, go to the website, and it's the initials, National Alliance of Sleep Better Specialists, NAOSBS.com. We'll shortcut it. And all the pain and the struggle that I've had over the last 10 years developing these assets, you don't have the blood, sweat, and the tears for. You just get to plug in and go. But again, the challenge is that true leveling up, that true investment in your customer experience, all the way down to your, starting with your advertising, all the way through to your delivery, through the way you handle conflict and complaint. It's got to be a 5-star experience. It's the only thing that's going to sustain your business. It's the only thing that's going to grow it. If it's not your core focus, you'll struggle 100%. And that's why I'm so focused on it. So thanks for listening.
Thanks.
I know we went a little longer than normal, but really appreciate it. Thanks for having me, Pete.
Thanks, Jeff. And guys, I'm looking forward to the next episode, but you just got an unbelievable amount of great information. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Pete.